to Jennifer to the Rescue. I'm Jennifer Johnson. I am your lyrical appreciation expert, and I basically help you connect through music, cards, gifts, and multimedia, as we are doing today here at the beautiful Wofford Theater. And we thank Logan Street Signs and Banners for being our wonderful sponsors and having us in every week. And actually, last week we had a really busy week, and so it's been a while since I've been sitting here, and I get to bring wonderful guests here this week, and I get to introduce them to you very quickly here. We have Catherine Rudolph, certified nutritionalist. To my right, and Dr. Pamela Grant with Grant Family Chiropractic, and it's kind of it's actually very exciting because Dr. Grant was she's a good friend of mine, but she's also was my first guest, and now we've figured out my very first guest a year ago. So I think we might even find out that if we looked at our schedule, our calendar, she might have actually been almost like a year to the day, because it seems like it was the end of March or something. But there is a reason that you're both here. Obviously, Grant Family Chiropractic is in Noblesville. Yes, it is. And so if you're in Noblesville and you want to find a good chiropractor, Dr. Grant, where is it? Can you tell us?
The address is 585 Sheridan Road, just north of the hospital on State Road 38.
And they can also go to grantfamilychiro.com, right, and check that out. And then Catherine, you work actually alongside Dr. Grant sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah, I'm at her office a couple days a week, and then I primarily do for the nutrition. I do nutrition consulting via phone.
Nutrition?
Nutrition.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought, nutrition.
No. Nutrition via phone consultations, and then I teach classes around the city and at Dr. Grant's office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's kind of backtrack or just back step for a minute. And Dr. Grant, you've been here for how long?
It'll be 10 years in December.
10 years?
That I've had my practice open.
Goodness sake. Tell us a little bit about your background, and we'll make sure we get Catherine's into
Well, my background is in pre-law, and that's what I was going to head into.
I know, that is an interesting thing.
It's an interesting switch. Yeah. But a good friend of mine had introduced me to chiropractic, and through that and kind of inquiring on my own, the more I learned, the more I fell in love with it, and I decided to go into chiropractic instead of going on to law school.
And aren't we glad you did?
Yes, I'm very happy that I did.
Catherine, you have, more than, yes, you have a lot of wonderful things you're going to share with us, but tell us about you. Tell us your story a little bit.
I've always been interested in nutrition, even back in college, but I went to IU in Bloomington, and I majored in music, of all things.
I don't know if I knew that.
Probably not.
We gotta sing a song sometime.
So, yeah, majored in music and kind of tried to figure out what I wanted to do. And about 15 years ago, I was having a lot of chronic pain and went to my first chiropractor and learned a lot about there's different things that can cause the chronic pain and nutrition and doctors. I went to a lot of medical doctors, about a dozen, and they said, don't know what's wrong with you, can't help you. The chiropractor was like, I can tell you, the Diet Coke's not so good for you. And I was like, really? Because we were taught Diet Coke's good for you, low sugars, all these, things. So I decided to learn on my own. Okay, if the doctors can't help me, I'm going to learn how to cleanse, detox, nutrition. And so I kind of self-learned and then decided I wanted to help other people not have to scramble through it and struggle through it on their own. So I like to help people and help walk them through it so they're not in the situation I was in 15 years ago where I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing and I'm messing up everything on the way. So now I can help people on their journey to health.
Right.
Because I've gone through that journey myself, and I can relate to them, and I can say, I've been there, and you can learn from my mistakes so that you're not stumbling along for 15 years trying to figure this out. We can do this for you in a couple of years.
That's very nice that's cool. So you haven't, Catherine, have you been working with Dr. Grant for the 10 years? No. I don't think so.
Actually, we met in 2008, and then we kind of came back together 2012?
I think it was May of 2012.
Yeah, May of 2012, and that's when I started. It's actually kind of funny. I started hanging out at her office.
Is that why I remember seeing? I'm joking.
I would just come in there because
there.
I liked the environment and I liked the people, and I was like, she enjoyed the nutrition aspect, and so we just kind of gradually worked it in with the classes and just introducing, and it just kind of worked. Yeah.
Okay, so when you're talking about chiropractic, it's more than just
Chiropractic?
Chiropractic,
Yes.
Obviously, because you have in your office, you have not only Catherine, but you have...
I have a massage therapist, Caitlin, and actually we have two. We have another one that comes in as needed. But we try and hone in on the body, mind, and soul to kind of collaborate everything together so that we're not just fixing pieces, we're fixing the whole body.
And you're doing over... I mean, I always say that I just get kind of like, wow. I remember one day somebody stopped by when you and I were meeting on something else, and you just don't see people just to crack their backs. You doing all over to make sure they're fine before they... Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
You're
no,
doing assessment.
And we've unfortunately, have to turn people away because I can't bring somebody in if I don't know their health situation. I don't know their spinal situation. I don't know if there's fused bones or surgeries. I can't just go in and start adjusting all that. I need to go in and make an assessment, see what I can and cannot do. There might be an existing condition that will change how I adjust them, and I need to know all those factors up front before I actually adjust them.
Okay, so then Catherine, if you determine that Catherine needs to be involved or they need a massage, you got all of this right under your...
Yes.
And so typically, I mean, we're going to come back and talk about your whole program, your books and everything, and I'll let you kind of just go crazy. But somebody just comes in, not go crazy, you know what I mean?
Right.
Somebody comes in for an appointment with Dr. Grant. Do you just wait till Dr. Grant kind of says, okay, this person needs there's obvious needs for nutrition? How do you... do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we try to cater to each individual's needs. And so if somebody, they fill out an assessment for Dr. Pam, and based on what that assessment reveals, she might advise them and say, it looks like you could really get some inflammation down. We're adjusting you, and there's the 3 T's in chiropractic. There's the toxins, the thoughts, and the trauma. So you have your physical aspect, which she addresses, and then you have your emotional, which go to a counselor, and then you have your nutritional.
Okay.
So if somebody has inflammation in their body, she can help adjust them, get them lined up. But, in order to get that inflammation down, there might be some nutritional things they can do as well. And Dr. Grant can recommend a lot of different nutritional things. And then if they want to go deeper into it, she might recommend some whole food nutrition. And if they want to go deeper into it, then she'll recommend that they contact me, and I will go more thoroughly into their symptoms and digestion, just for things like that.
That is very cool that it is all under one roof. It's kind of, I mean, I know Dr. Grant has said I've always felt like you could go there and they would figure out, or they would at least have so many different ways that they could help us. Once again, Catherine, how do they reach you? The website?
Yeah, you can go to my website, or my email is actually foodsthathealyou@gmail.com. My website is the same, foodsthathealyou.com, and it's a U at the end, not Y-O-U, so for those of you who are not watching the video.
Okay, good. And we're going to do one time, Dr. Grant, how do they find you? One more time.
How do they find me?
Or the office.
The office, again, is 585 Sheridan Road, and it's just north of the hospital on 38. My website is grantfamilychiro.com.
Okay, and we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back, and we're going to hear all about these foods that heal you. I don't know. You're just going to tell us all about this and some of the classes because you're offering classes too. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters, with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
Well, we are back, and these breaks just fly by. Jennifer to the rescue. I'm Jennifer Johnson. And I do have a cold today, so if I sound like I'm a little under the weather, it couldn't be better timing than to have a certified nutritionalist and Grant Family Chiropractic with Dr. Grant here. If it, could be any day, it's today that I want to hear about all this good stuff that you guys are offering to help us get rid of these winter. Actually, it's not winter anymore.
No,
it's spring.
Spring is coming.
Spring is coming. So with that, I know Grant Family Chiropractic Doc. Oh, you know what? My guests are Dr. Pamela Grant with Grant Family Chiropractic and Catherine Rudolph, holistic no, did I say that right?
That's okay. Certified nutritionist.
Okay, whatever.
I'll help you out
there. She knows what she's doing. She's got some great books here. She's going to tell us all about it. But Dr. Grant, you were just there were a number of things that you guys are starting in April, which it is now almost.
Yes, tomorrow's April.
Tomorrow's the 1st.
Yes, tomorrow's April.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes, we have 2 classes coming up in April. April 21st is our Bee Smoothie workshop.
And, that was the one I wanted to get to. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
And that's going to be showing everybody how to make smoothies that are not only nutritional and healthy, but are also pleasant to drink, and they're not, you're not drinking grass. So, so that one will be a lot of fun, and then there'll be recipes that you can take with you. And then a week after, April 28th, is our ACHU seminar, and that's allergy prevention. Okay. So we're going to be talking about allergies.
ACHU?
ACHU, yes.
I start laughing and then I start coughing, and I'm just getting over a cold. So the Bee Smoothie.
Bee Smooth.
And what day is that?
It's Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday at 6:30 on April 21st.
April 21st. Okay, 6:30. Okay, and then the other one is
ACHU is the following Tuesday, April 28th. It's also going to be at 6:30.
Okay. And I know you guys, you are all, you ladies, you're doing these classes. At least I keep hearing about them. Maybe you've had some breaks during the winter, I don't know, but it just seems like you've always got something going on. Because now, not to get away from Catherine, hold on. So the classes or the presentations or the workshops or whatever you call them, people can find on the website.
Yes. Right? You can go to grantfamilychiro.com, and then we have a tab called Calendar of Events.
Okay, on the calendar.
And there'll be a connection there for those events.
So then Catherine, as well as working with Grant Family Chiropractic, you have your own website, which is the Foods That Heal You, with a big U, not a Y-O-U, but a .com. Tell us what's going on with you, which I know is a lot.
Well, I have a few books that I have written for programs. One is a book called Foods That Heal, and what that is basically a healthy guide to healthy eating. It's how to make healthy choices. It has over 40 healthy recipes with proper food combining. I found that a lot of people just don't realize, when I was going through this 10 years ago, I didn't really realize that certain foods like yogurt really isn't healthy, but there's money in it in advertising that. So there's a lot of things that people really had a hard time. So I have it split out, what proteins are good for you, what carbs are good for you, how to flood your body with nutrients. So that's a self-sufficient book that you can walk through. You have a lot of recipes, meal plan. And then I have 2 programs. So what I usually do when I have one-on-one consultations what I do is I usually ask the person, would you like to, I could cater something to them specifically, or they can do one of the programs. And the programs are either group or privately. So, for example, I have the detox program, which was the first program that I put together. And that I put that together about 5 years ago. And initially I had started out with one-on-one, walking people through. It's a 21-day detox, and you do eat. It is not, a lot of these, the reason I put this together is because a lot of these people, a lot of these programs, you just slam yourself into a fast, and you get really sick, and you're starving. And this is not about starvation. This is about flooding your body with nutrients to push out the toxins.
Yeah.
So when you eat healthy, and everybody knows how to eat a sandwich, so there's no flour in it, there's no gluten in it. That's the big, buzzword, gluten. There's no sugar in it. There's, so what do you eat? So I have the whole program set up where you pick, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have like 3 different meals to choose from. And it goes 21 days. The second week of it is more intense, more fasting, optional. You can do liver cleansing. I did a lot of liver cleansing because a lot of people, your liver is your filter to your body. It's like the car filter to your body.
Right.
So a lot of that. And then the other program I have is called Next, because I have so many people that go through the detox, and I started doing the group detox a couple of years ago, and it was very successful because, you have that camaraderie.
Oh, sure.
It's hard to give up your coffee and soda and junk by yourself, but if there's other people suffering with you, And by the end of it, people got such great results: losing weight, joint pain going away, inflammation going down, cholesterol going down, blood pressure going down. But the problem was, after the 21 days, they were like, oh my gosh, I feel great, now what? So they would repeat it, but you can't keep repeating it. So I'm here to educate, and so I put together my program Next, which is a 30-day healthy eating program with recipes for every day, every meal. Again, it's proper food combining for optimal digestion and weight loss. A lot of food combining programs are like, eat cheesecake with milk, and it's like, well, those aren't healthy. So I combine the healthy with the proper food combining, which really maximizes results. I really get a lot of good feedback.
Good, cool. So Next. So you could do Next.
Yeah, you can do Next. You can do it indefinitely. You can do it to prepare for the detox. You can do it after the detox to keep yourself going. Or, it's a lifestyle. That's the whole point. The detox is a jump start. It really gets you jump started. Somebody who's sick, it's going to reverse health conditions. The Next program is more of a healthy lifestyle. So, you can cheat. I teach in the class. Okay, you can have your cheat day, or pick, if you want to have a certain thing every day that you really enjoy, as long as you're doing 90% right. That's why I help people. How do you implement fruits and vegetables? Everybody knows fruits and vegetables are healthy, but how do you do that? And how do you create a habit out of that? And how do you keep going and not feel like, oh man, I had that box of Oreos, I screwed up, forget it. I'm just gonna go have ice cream too,
Yeah.
How do you how do you mess up and stay on track? So I really have a passion to help people learn moderation and not beat themselves up, because I just believe in grace. I just believe that there has to be grace in our diets, and there has to be a way to be able to maintain it ongoing and not constantly be on a diet.
Okay, so your books, though, are they available through just general?
My Foods That Heal book is available online on my website at foodsthathealyou.com.
Okay, so that is, okay.
Yep, and then my programs are very thoroughly explained on my website, and the Next and the Detox are basically workbooks that go with the program. So whether you do it privately or do it in a group with the program, that's when the book comes with that. So yeah,
cool.
It's set up to do that way.
So let's see. You have your books. Did you have some events that are coming up other than what we talked about?
My next 30-day, the one called Next, is actually going to be in April, and that's following the detox that I did last month. So what I do is the detox members request. They're like, well, can we do it? So we're going to do that April 16th, I think. And that will be on my website, so if I've thrown out the wrong date there. And then in May, we'll be doing a detox again, and we'll probably be doing that at Dr. Grant's office.
Okay.
And we did our last one in January at Dr. Grant's office, and it was very successful, and so we're going to probably do another one in May.
Well, you guys have found a good combination, obviously a partnership that's working really well. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back and make sure there's nothing we've left, no rocks unturned, and make sure everybody knows exactly how to find great family chiropractic and foods that heal you. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters, with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
Well, we are back. We were checking our notes. Did you see that? I am Jennifer to the rescue, Jennifer Johnson. And just before we forget, I try to...
How do they find you?
Okay, go to Jennifer to the rescue. Thank you, man in the peanut gallery. That I don't know. Yeah, JenniferToTheRescue.com. You can certainly reach me that way, and it tells a little bit more about what I do. I do a lot of stuff. I am a musician. I bring these wonderful people to you, and these wonderful people are Catherine Rudolph, who is a certified nutritionalist, and Dr. Pamela Grant with Grant Family Chiropractic, and we've been just learning all about, because actually Catherine works part of the time, can be reached through Grant Family Chiropractic, or maybe all the time.
That's true, yeah.
So, but they both have their own individual great
We work
stuff.
Synergistically.
Synergistically. What a great word.
Word of the day.
Great word today. And we know that they kind of work together off and on for a while. Is that right? Kind of,
yeah.
Kind of. It was a natural fit though when it worked. And if somebody comes into Dr. Grant or Grant Family Chiropractic, Dr. Grant, they're not just coming to get their back cracked.
Correct.
They're coming in to find, well, they probably don't know that they are going to be offered all these things under one roof. But tell us again, really what happens. Just briefly, they come in.
When a new person walks
in.
Well, basically, when a new person comes in, we have them fill out paperwork because we're wanting to find out who they are, what they're coming in for, and what their expectations are when they come in. And then I go through my assessment. I go over that with them the next time they come in, just to give them a big review of what's going on, and then they make a decision there of how they want to continue.
I think those that have those get your, what do they have, like spinal crack? No, they don't have that. What does it say when come in and get adjusted? Only $20 or something. You'd be a little leery of that, wouldn't you? I would be.
I would, because if I would want to know that my doctor knows my body, knows my condition,
Right.
I just want to make sure that there's an assessment there,
Right.
knowing what's going on.
And so much can be found in that assessment. I mean, can be, I know. So then you determine whether we need Catherine or not.
Exactly.
Right? And so then you pull her in. But Catherine, so you basically said in our last segment, you said that you give people an option of whether they want to work in a group or individually once you've identified that they need to or that they have a need to work with you. I don't,
Right.
they may not know they need to do it, but do
Yeah.
they have a need? And then you probably kind of take the ball from there, right?
Yeah, and basically people come in with aches, pains, they don't feel good, so they have just a couple different options, which is really nice for them if they want to be in a group and they just want to be educated, or if they want to have a plan catered to them individually, I can help them with that. And the way I do things is food first, I get a full assessment of people, what they're consuming each day in their diet, what kind of medications they're on that we can maybe try to get them off of, things like that, because I really like to do healing with food, because truly every disease, it starts with the body's inability to create healthy cells. So if you remember nothing else,
Good.
every disease is the body's inability to create healthy new cells. Cancer are unhealthy cells. So if we can create healthy cells, we can crowd out that cancer. And you can do that with food and whole food nutrition. And then then the next thing I focus on is if you digest your food, because I can eat apples and bananas and spinach, I can eat the whole farmer's market all day long. But if I'm not absorbing and digesting it and creating new healthy cells, then it's a waste. So, food first, digestion, and then detoxification options with proper food combining. I have a lot of people with digestive problems that get those resolved. Things like yeast overgrowth, bloating, gas, things like that. And then targeted. If somebody specifically has high cholesterol, high blood pressure, weight loss issues, then I target specifically. So I really try to do as much as I can with food so you're not taking a bunch of pills. I'm very, very much a food person. I don't want people spending, draining their wallet with just a whole bunch of pills. You go to the doctor and they just give you $300. I mean, literally, $300 worth of pills, and people come to me and I'm like, really? I could have saved you that $300.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, Dr. Grant, and earlier, Catherine actually alluded to it. What were the 3 T's?
Yeah, she knows it better than I do.
Because you end up talking to Catherine, that is part of the progression, but Dr. Grant, you basically eliminate, right? Or you...
The stress, yeah.
The
physical stress.
That's the physical end of it. And what are the 3 T's? So?
Thoughts, traumas, and toxins, and those 3 T's are the major components of stress in our lives.
Okay,
they fall into one of those 3 categories.
Okay, so then once you do that, then and then what did you say after the
the toxins? So I help with the nutrition, because when you flood your body with whole food nutrition, it pushes the toxins out and helps reduce inflammation. You alkalize your body. Disease cannot live in an alkaline, oxygenated environment. It just can't. So the combination, she addresses one aspect, I address the other, and then you go to the counselor for the third. We don't counsel. You don't want us to counsel.
That's probably a very wise thing. Did I say that out loud? They're not counseling. But so really at Grant Family Chiropractic, you have all kinds of things under one roof that can help you. Tell us your workshops again, or and then we'll let Catherine make sure she kind of rounds it out here, and we'll.
My 2 workshops again in April. Tuesday, April 21st is the Be Smooth workshop, where we're going to teach the community how to make healthy smoothies. And then also a week after that, April 28th, also on a Tuesday at 6:30, is our Achu workshop. Not so much a workshop, a seminar on allergy prevention, since we are getting into that season.
Okay, and then Catherine, what did
and then in April 16th, I believe it is, I'm not sure, you'll have to look at my website, www.foodsthathealyou.com. Because I have all the information on there, but I have my 30-day program, a class that has followed the detox from last month, and that's a Thursday night. And then in May, I will be doing the detoxification program, which is a series of 3 classes, and it'll be 3 Thursday nights in a row, and that will also be on my website, all the information.
Wow, you guys... I'm just like, okay, I should be feeling great now. My cold should be gone. Well, we are really thankful to Logan Street Signs and Banners for being our sponsors every week and allowing us to come in here once a week, like I said, to the Wofford Theater and just sharing these wonderful resources, Grant Family Chiropractic. And if you go to grantfamilychiro.com,
yes.
That would be a good way to get started if you're just trying to figure out, I need to go to a chiropractor. Start with that. And then you know how to get Catherine, but Catherine is foodsthathealyou.com. I always try to end my shows, they just fly by. Make sure you check out Jennifer to the Rescue so you know more about what I do, but jennifertotherescue.com. I leave with what I call is an upbeat And it's kind of, I pull it out and I always think, there's a reason this one came to my attention today. It says, this is Ralph Waldo Emerson, okay? What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. You guys are talking all about what lies within us, you know, the thought. Anyway, okay, I thought it was a good connection. I don't know.
That was a good connection.
Have a great day, and I'm going to shake this cold because I'm going to ask Catherine all about that. She knows all that stuff. And we'll talk to you next week, and thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day.